Kia ora guys, good afternoon, welcome back to the Black Jersey. My name's Max and I'm the host of this channel. Boy, am I having a change of plans for today's video. I was going to make a video about Ireland's potential Rugby World Cup squad for 2023, but after what happened last night, the All Blacks had a wee bit of an upset loss to Argentina, who, as I previously said, would struggle to win a game in the Rugby Championship. Boy, did I get that one wrong. I'm seriously gonna have to eat my words on that one, and I actually think now that after I've seen this and seeing them at the top of the table, I think they could potentially win the Rugby Championship for the first time ever. But before we break down what happened in the match, I want to give a big thanks to my patrons and remind you guys to like this video, subscribe, comment on the video, etc, etc, so I can keep growing this and putting out more videos for you guys. The first thing I'll talk about for the video is the All Blacks attack. They only got 2 tries and Argentina got 1, and I don't think we would have won even if the goal kicking was better. Richie Mo'unga did miss his first 2 kicks at goal, just to let you know if you didn't watch the match. To break down the first try, it was pretty simple, to be totally honest. Samisoni Taukei'aho threw a brilliant line-out ball. This was followed by a maul, which has undergone a lot of improvement with Jason Ryan as the forwards coach. Due to the powerful drive, Taukei'aho was able to just simply dodge the ball down to begin a wonderful performance on his part. The second try was a joy to watch too, because it was actually constructed, possibly due to the fact that Joe Schmidt is the All Blacks assistant coach in charge of the attack now. I just don't think they planned to play this move all off a line-out though. Taukei'aho pounced on the overthrown line-out ball, one of just 2 bad throws by Julian Montoya on that night, before passing to Ardie Savea. Spotting space out wide, Savea floats the ball wider. With Mo'unga marked, he opts to go for Havili. As we can see, Argentina's defence line is far too narrow. The fact that Matías Orlando is marking Mo'unga has forced his outside options to defend more narrowly. With Matías Orlando watching Havili, Jordie Barrett is able to rush up from fullback and create a 3-on-2. Because of this one-man overlap, Rieko Ioane is able to flirt with going himself, as we see when cutting to the second camera angle, with Orlando needing to tackle Ioane from side on, and Boffelli unsure if Orlando will make the tackle. Boffelli drifts wider to mark Caleb Clarke, who Ioane appears to want to pass to. Barrett, however, comes in to collect the ball as Boffelli drifts past him. Juan Cruz Malia is then forced to sprint up from the backfield from fullback. Now that Barrett is clear, the final pass away to Caleb Clarke all but seals the try, as Boffelli and Matera both miss tackles on Clarke, who scores the try. However, there were a few handling errors throughout the match from the All Blacks, and I can't help but think that these mostly came from a wee bit of miscommunication between the team's spine. The spine, for those who aren't familiar, is the number 2, the number 8, 9, 10, and 15. They're kind of the key decision makers for a team. I'll show an example to you guys here. As we can see, Bauer has thrown a shocking pass in the 46th minute. I've got no idea how Mo'unga caught that. With 2 forwards up in his face, he has no choice but to quickly offload to Kane, hoping Kane will take it in. Kane coughs the ball up, wasting a previous overlap for Clarke that we can see from a few frames earlier. With the advantage being over, Mo'unga has to take the 3 instead. We're now going to get over to Argentina's attack, and to say the least, there's not really much to analyse from this attack. It's just classic running up the guts with your forwards, doing the dirty work, and once that's set, you can dominate the opposition with some pretty classy tactical kicks. Argentina's tactical kicking game, to say the least, is pretty darn good, but I do think we do have to give major props to their lone try scorer of the match. They ran just a total of 187 combined meters as a team from a total of 32 gay line carries. The opportunism that came from their try though was awesome. Juan Martín Gonzalez was the scorer, winning just his 14th test cap. This try originates from the kickoff with Carreras going long to the All Blacks 22. Scott Barrett is lifted by Sam Cane and George Bauer to field the kickoff, but Boffelli, as we can see, is incredibly intelligent, and as we can see, he gets underneath Barrett to push push the ball backwards. Caleb Clark drifts in near to this ruck formation, as does Shannon Frizzell. With Barrett on the ground, Kane and Bauer don't exactly take notice of where the ball is, and Gonzalez disengages from the clump of players. Gonzalez runs sideways, with Bauer distracted by Boffelli's presence. He has to turn around to get Gonzalez, and that's a missed tackle, while Clark stays focused on Orlando, who is an outside option. The last man left in Gonzalez's way is Aaron Smith, who is just 5'7" and 84 kgs. Gonzalez, on the other hand, is an open side flanker who stands at 6'3" and 105 kgs. Logic does his thing, and he runs away to score his team's only try of the match. As usual, I want to talk about the breakdown, as it's become a bit of a feature of this channel over here on YouTube. I do think the All Blacks appears to be doing a decent enough job in the ruck in the first half, possibly thanks to Ethan de Groot being a loose head prop. But yeah, they were slowing the Pumas ball pretty decently throughout that first half, whereas in the second half it just kind of went to custard, to be honest. I'll pull up an example of the effectiveness we were able to see. So as we can see here, in the 6th minute, Akira Ioane is getting over the ball to delay the pass made by Argentina's halfback Gonzalo Bertranu. As Argentina are under advantage due to Kane making the tackle offside, Ioane's presence in the ruck is massive. With front foot ball, Argentina could easily recycle the ball and go for 7 points, as they have a one-man overlap on their right-hand side. But as they no longer have front foot ball, thanks to Ioane pressing himself forwards, Santiago Carreras has to boot the ball away, resulting in a knock-on. Boffelli kicks Argentina's first 3 points of the match because they were unable to get any front foot ball, they were unable to get the try and stuff. I'm now going to go over to the percentage. I'll have to look at my phone for that, I can't remember this off the top of my head, but not ideal. The ruck percentage for each team may just be the same, but the All Blacks still lost more rucks than their opposition, and that did come a bit in the second half. So I do think that maybe Fozzie, you should start to stop robbing Ollie Norris and Tamaiti Williams of an All Black cap. That sentence probably doesn't make sense, but come on, call them in already, man. The set piece also had a few problems for the All Blacks, and I'm going to show you a bit of footage to demonstrate how this was unable to get them the win, this trouble in the set piece that is. Previously in this video, I've mentioned the All Blacks' inability to communicate, which previously caused handling errors in the match, and this inability to communicate was really evident in Cody Taylor's final line-out throw, which wasn't straight. Sam Whitelock, as the commentators said, shouldn't just be banging on his chest saying, "Pick me." The team needs to organise their line-out move better. If the All Blacks scored off this line-out, a conversion could have allowed them to accept the draw, but sadly the set piece just did not go the way of the All Blacks. Argentina won 7 turnovers. The All Blacks only won a single turnover. That one was thanks to Ethan de Groot. He was outstanding, and keep him starting at loosehead prop. You see why I was so grumpy that he wasn't picked for the the Ireland series. But yes, we're going to head over to the stats for the set piece now. Argentina had a higher tackle percentage, yet they made a total of 184 tackles, as you can see. Their goal kicking was far more accurate. I don't believe that would have made a difference though. As I said, Argentina did better in the rucks, with 96% to our 95%. They had a higher line-out percentage, as Cody Taylor didn't exactly have his best day at the office, and Argentina, yes, they lost the scrum percentage, thanks to the players I keep mentioning, Ethan de Groot and Samisoni Taukei'aho. Discipline though definitely did play a part for the All Blacks losing, as you can see, they conceded more penalties, and they did have that yellow card to Shannon Frizzell with about 8 or 9 minutes left. I've got the footage just so you can see. So yeah, where to go from there? Well, I do think I'll say a few final things about the coaches. Michael Chieka is well known for rejuvenating sides and getting them prepared for what comes in the future, but long term, I have said this before, he does do a fair bit of damage to what's going on. And Ian Foster, I don't want to beat the dead horse, he's not the best man for the job. How about we get rid of the NZRU's board, and how about we get rid of the NZRU's CEO, Mark Robertson, alongside Foster. New Zealand rugby is in a deep state of crisis, and there's not really much to look forward to in this nation apart from the Black Ferns when it comes to rugby. Because internationally is the pinnacle of sports, and you can only watch so much club level stuff before it gets boring. Argentina, I'm wishing them all the best for the rest of this tournament. I truly think they can win the rugby championship now, and I might just have to go back and retitle my old video. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I do think there were positives to take away from the first half of the All Blacks, so make sure to follow me over on Instagram and Twitter to see my thoughts on that. I've also got a bit of a website dedicated to opinion journalism, and make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts on the video, and give me a subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure, and once again, a big thank you to my patrons. I will see you guys later, okay? Cheers.